walk you through building your deck. So we've got Fellowship, we've got Minion, and we got our sites. Like I said, I'm just going to send those off to the side for now. And let's do Fellowship first. I'll send the Minions off to the side here as well. So the very first thing I do, again, rather than sorting by culture, I'm going to go through here and pull every companion and see what we got. Like I said, I think we got a pretty bad draw on companions. So get them all here. That's an ally. Nope, missed the dwarf card. Okay, so like I said, guys, I'm typically gonna say to not play dwarf guards or Lorien elves. I just don't think they're worth it. I am typically gonna play a Marion and Pippin, but they're pretty bad. This one will play Gandalf for -2, and this one has the signet we need, so they're not completely useless. So those are what I'm going to play for my garbage companions. You're typically going to want to play double copies too, just for healing and or to get it sooner. So I think what I'm going to do is play Gimli in the deck, but we'll see if that makes sense. Oh, we had that Farron. And I'm not a huge fan of starting this Sam. So I think I want to start this Legolas, but not sure how I'm going to swing that. Definitely don't want to play a second Pippin, so that's going out. Gandalf, that's going to be just hugely key. So we're looking at that right there as our, or let me line it up for you, companions. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Ideally, you get your 9, but like I said, I'm not going to play these. I'm not going to play a double of Mary. So then really the only decision here is what we're going to do with our starting Fellowship. And I'm actually going to change what I said is I am going to start a Gimli. That's nice for subtracting from the underground sites. We are just going to keep the second one probably to heal. And I'm definitely going to start the Legolas. The archery is huge. That signet is huge for what we're trying to do here. It'd be nice to go with this start, but given that we have Gandalf and Trust Me, I'm definitely going with Legolas. And this, as I said, can't be played unless Gimli's already on the table. So he's going to go in the deck. And so basically what we're going to do is we're going to start this. We're going to have these 5 companions in the deck to add. And then we're just going to have this as basically just like a card that says Heal Gimli, but still probably better than what we have for the rest of our free people's cards. If not, we could throw that out, but that's certainly on the fringe right now. So we've got 2, 4, 6, 8. So we're building 20 card decks. So what that means is we get 12 more free people cards, and probably actually going to have a fairly hard time even getting 12 decent cards. But let's just go ahead and sort out conditions versus events. So what you're typically looking for here now is if you have conditions that play for 0 and play to the table and not onto a specific companion, those are typically worth including just to cycle your deck in this format. And as far as events go, you're typically going to want to just see your standard pump events are worth playing, and most of the other stuff tends to be very situational. So let me just walk you through this, and then possessions, of course, events. So let's walk through each of these with you. So we've got your possessions are going to be key. Dwarven Axe is just huge. If you get a Hobbit Sword, that's a great card too, but we're definitely playing Dwarven Axe. I mean, we're going to play this because it's 0 and it goes to your support area, and certainly it doesn't hurt to play the next site sometimes. Like I said, typically not that crucial, but definitely a very, very highly playable card. This, discard 2 cards from your hand, we probably are going to be playing that just to help us cycle. So we're going to play all our possessions. Then for pumps, we're definitely interested in things that pump Gimli. Definitely interested in canceling skirmishes with hobbits. This is another pump for Gimli. Typically probably not interested in preventing a wound. You can be pretty good on that. +1 pump, probably not worth it. Exerting is generally never worth it. Again, exerting, no. Yeah, probably not playing any of these. But we've got our 3 possessions. We've got 3 pumps, or I should say 1 skirmish canceller and 2 pumps. And they're for our dwarves, which is nice. So we're playing those. In terms of our conditions, Trust Me is a definite no-brainer. That's a total power card that we get in our draft pack, so that's being in. Splendor of the Banners with Legolas is in. And not sure if we're going to play any of these. Not really interested in exerting Legolas, but that's tail plays your support area. So that's a 0-cost condition that plays to my support area. I may be playing that just for that purpose. Prevent a wound to a hobbit. Again, I don't see that being relevant, and I'd rather not pay Twilight. So if we absolutely had to, we could play either of these two. They wouldn't be awful, but in any of these really, but none of them would I be looking to play. So where are we at here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So I guess we probably are going to be looking to play some of those cards I was just mentioning, these 1-cost support area conditions. To play that one that prevents a wound with a hobbit. Exert Hugin to reveal a card from your discard pile and place it beneath your deck. I mean, that'd be fun to try. I've never tried this guy, to be honest. We've got Gandalf. I don't like that you have to spot Gandalf to play him. But in this format, you do reshuffle your deck once. That's part of the rules. So placing a card beneath your draw deck is actually really not too bad, because it is giving you a card back. So one of your extra strong cards you can make sure you get to play twice. So I'm not at all against playing that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So we really just need to throw in one more card then. And I'm just going to go ahead and throw in this elf one that makes an elf strength +1. Probably not critical, but you can always just dump it and be done with it. So, like I said, not an amazing pool here, but we basically got our companions. We're definitely going with a yellow signet, Trust Me, as you once did style deck, with that as our starting fellowship. And then, like I said, we've got cards of consequence, of course, is Trust Me, Splendor of Banners, Hobbit Stealth to cancel skirmishes, and then a couple of these the Dwarven Possession and the 2 Dwarven Pumps. That's definitely what we're going for here on the Free People's side. So these are out. On the Shadow side, Minions is the name of the game, and typically cheap minions and Urukai is what we're looking for. So let's throw all of the minions into one pile here. So Shadow's usually typically easier to build. There's not, like I said, you don't have to worry about a whole lot of synergy. You're typically just playing your best minions. And we got quite a few good ones, actually. So just take the premise here that we're going to play Moria Archery with some cheap minions. All right. So these, I'm not even that huge of a fan of these 6 power ones, but they're definitely worth playing since we have enough archers to activate them. Runners are great, marksmen are great, bowmen are great. All of this is must play. These are probably going to all be play too. Probably no, definitely yes, probably yes. Depends on what kind of swarm we got going on. I probably will still throw that in there. And again, a 2-cost Moria minion probably worth playing. Not if it's a tentacle though. So that's looks like the minions I'd want to play. Where does that put me if I do that? Let's just have a quick look here. If you want to see kind of just like the the curve of the minions. Like I said, you typically do want cheaper stuff. The Moria is great because they stop roaming at 4, whereas these Sauron orcs are roaming until 6. But like I said, all 4 of these are exert to wound minions, so they're worth having. They're kind of similar to like a bad roaming Urukai is what I would compare it to. These are some of our best, and then these, absolutely fantastic. Runners are always great as well. So that's kind of the minion curve there to see what we got going on. Definitely this is what we're doing, all of this. All right, 2, 4, 6. All right, well, we're pretty close to where we want to be. That's 16. We might end up playing a couple garbage minions depending on what I've got in my other cards here. Yeah, that's just a lot of these expensive cards are just not going to be worthwhile. This is very nice. 0 cost, make an orc strength +2. Definitely going to play that. Probably not interested in these. Yep, this is going to be worth playing too. Make an elf or a dwarf, skirmishing an orc strength -1 or -3 if you spot an elf and a dwarf. That's pretty common in this format. And again, it's just a 0 cost event. You can always just throw it down, get it out of your hand. So, going to play that. Don't have enough orcs to make that work. Don't have Nazgul enough. No. Exert a minion and spot X burdens to add X. I mean, typically you're not going to have that many burdens. We do actually have Moria minions that we can exert, which is pretty rare, but it's really only just those 2 guys. That's probably too speculative. That'd be a fun one, but not going to work for us. No. Typically you're not going to want to be paying mana for events here. Or Twilight, I should say, sorry. Yeah. So a lot of garbage shadow events here. I think we're only playing these 2 pumps, which means we do have to throw in 2 more minions to just round this out. Like I said, not the end of the world. Let's just get our cheaper minions. We'll throw in an Isengard Warrior. That'll stick around with the 3 health at least, and it's cheap. And then, yeah, I'll throw in an Uruk Savage too. Like I said, I'm just not high on these guys that cost 6 and don't have any kind of bonuses. And kind of same thing here. Like this guy basically costs 6 also because of the roaming. So, yeah, these are the guys. These are the only minions we're not playing. So you can see you're basically just playing all your minions. But that gives us a nice nice deck here of 18 minions, most of them on the cheaper side, and 2 pumps. So that's our deck. We're going to take that, take the Free Peoples, leave out our starting fellowship, and I'll just give you one quick whisk through here again to see the final deck that we did here. Like I said, the fellowship could have used a couple more companions is really my only complaint here. Also, it's nice to get either like a Hobbit sword or a there and back again to protect your Frodo. But not too disappointed with this deck. This will definitely be a good playable situation. And if that's something you guys are interested in, I'd be happy to actually demo a game too. But just thought you'd like to see kind of how this deck works. Always fun to see the packs get cracked. Didn't open anything exciting tonight. Obviously got that rare foil, but other than that, no really exciting cards as far as how our actual deck goes. So guys, thanks for watching. Really appreciate it. Let's go ahead and get my Frodo and my ring in the picture here. But yeah, that's what we're going to be working with here for starting Fellowship. Legolas, Gimli, Frodo with Isildur's Bane. So basically, as soon as we get that Gandalf down, we're going to be at 3 signets because the Gandalf himself has the yellow signet, and Legolas and Frodo do too. So basically we have instant +3 with the Trust Me. So let me just line this up for a thumbnail here. So there is the deck. And yeah, thanks for watching, guys, and stay tuned.